Hi everybody, and welcome to video number 7. This is just going to be a quick overview of the mobile plugin. I'll just go straight to it. It's right under comments under Obox Mobile, so I'll go ahead and click that. Okay, now before I do that, I'm just going to show you right now, if you see here Force Mobile Site, and I put yes. So if you go to mobile.plrblogs.com, you'll see obviously I'm looking at this in a web browser, but basically this is the simplicity of a mobile website. And this is what it looks like. There are 7 different color schemes, which I'll go over in a second, that I created especially for these blogs. But what's nice about this is you can see this number here. It shows the number of comments on this post. I just put a comment myself just so you could see that. You've got the thumbnail image, and of course you can add AdSense, and if you have AdSense on your on the normal version of the blog, the web, the way your blog would look if someone went to it from Google or from a normal web browser, you can have AdSense, and typically on smartphones the AdSense ads will appear without a problem. But you can also have, if you go into Google AdSense, like I did here, and then I clicked Mobile Content Ad Unit, you can actually have a mobile ad, AdSense ad, which is pretty cool because you can add that ad inside the settings, which I'll show you in a second. Now you can't see this here because I'm on a web browser, but you see this big gap? That's because I've got a 300 by 50, I believe it is, Google AdSense ad unit. So you won't see it on if you're viewing the site in a normal web browser. However, if you go to mobile.plrblogs.com and you have an iPhone or an Android, BlackBerry, I believe it works as well, then you should see that nice little ad that appears at the bottom of the post. So I just want to mention that quickly. Now, going back to the general options. Okay, now these blogs, I should say mobile versions of the blogs with this particular plugin. This is a $50 plugin. I have a developer version for it, and I created 7 custom color schemes. Once again, it's meant to be simple because if you think about, even though smartphones are great at rendering sites, but if you look at kind of any even big companies that have a mobile version of their site, it's usually quite simple. It's not loaded with graphics. It's they're usually quite simple. I'll go well, I'll mention something else in a second, but so that's why these look simple. A couple of graphics, a little bit of background graphics. You can't quite see this drop down, but I'll show you in a second. But you can have your categories appear. These are your pages, and then tags. Okay, so the way this plugin, in terms of the settings, I would probably just leave these settings and just basically pick a different color scheme if you want. I mean, you can exclude a category if you like. Page template, you can show which page. Like for example, you might want your about page on the front page. You could set that to be your home page. You can even create a custom menu. Post excerpts, I'm saying yes. If I didn't, then it would just show more text. So right now you're seeing the excerpts. Okay. Post thumbnail, because these blogs come with a modified, customized Woo theme called Headlines. I'm using the Woo themes custom image. Now, if you selected something like WordPress thumbnail feature, then these thumbnails will disappear. So I would leave that on Woo Themes custom image for these blogs. Of course, you can disable the images if you don't want any images. Feature slider, I haven't tested this, so I'm leaving it deactivated. You can change the link in the footer if you like. Now, normally you'd want to say force mobile site no, because you don't want your visitors from a normal web browser, from their PC or Mac computer, to arrive at your site and see this. They want to go to your normal blog. But for testing purposes, you can put yes. So I'll just leave this for now for people who might want to visit this site and view it in their smartphone. Logos and images, I don't think I did anything on these pages. If you upload a logo, it's going to be 32 by 32 pixels, which is pretty small. Now the themes. This plugin comes with 3 standard themes. I got rid of those themes because they're just kind of gray colored, and I created these 7 different color schemes. So all you have to do is click activate, and so you got red, purple, orange, two grays, like sort of a light and dark gray, green and blue. So currently this one's activated, and they kind of match the idea was to match more or less the color schemes of the blogs. Okay. Now adverts. If you click adverts, once again, this JavaScript is my JavaScript for my Google AdSense ad for mobile. So, and it shows up, it displays beneath the post, so at the bottom of the posts. So once again, if you go to mobile.plrblogs.com and you go to one of the posts, you should see an ad that looks about like this size and similar to that. Matter of fact, we can even view samples. Just move this over briefly, just to kind of, you know, this is all within AdSense. So you can even have these kinds of ads, but these are all for mobile. So that's kind of cool. Now keep in mind though that the width of the post of the mobile blog is pretty narrow. What you're seeing here is, you know, it's all stretched across because I've got a big monitor. But you know, your mobile phone, like I have an Android, and my screen size is smaller than an iPhone's, yet it still shows up great. And that's one reason why I got this plugin, because I felt other plugins didn't render quite as well, at least on my smaller phone. Now, if we go to this site here, it's called iPhone4Simulator.com. And I know this is sort of shoved to the right here, but you can see more or less how the blog would look. Now, as I'm scrolling over this, this little scroll bar appears, but it wouldn't on an iPhone, obviously, or a smartphone, because it's all touch based, isn't it? So, but you know, kind of gives you an idea of how it looks. Very simple. Now I'm going to refresh this page because I want to show you something. Once again, when you first go to this site, slide to unlock. Okay, it's still showing my blog. Let's see if I can do a hard refresh. Basically, what I want to show you is when you first, excuse me, when you first go to this site. Okay, here we go. I think this is okay. You can see Reddit's site, so this social media site. Now, as you can see, it's a very simple site. You know, there's a couple of tiny little images, you know, but it's basically, you know, text, simple background color, and that's what I'm trying to get across. Is, you know, for those of you unfamiliar with mobile, you know, sites rendering in a mobile phone, it's best to keep, you know, because they render very fast if you have very few graphics. Right. So that's it. That's really it. You know, choose one of the themes you like. What I think is great about this is for site flippers, you're going to have added value bonuses. Comes with the mobile plugin. Once again, this is a $50 plugin. I spent 2 days customizing the themes. You know, to add more value. People who buy these blogs might sell them to a client, you know, and say, hey, you know, you can upsell by offering a mobile version of the site. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the plugin. It's very simple. I would just kind of keep everything simple. You know, select the color you want. You know, maybe change the footer link or something. But other than that, I would just keep it simple. Okay, thanks very much.